All right, welcome back. We're going to be live. We're live here with the third presentation of the day. We've got Premier West from Arvada, Colorado, against the Missoula Mavericks of Missoula, Montana. Both teams come into this game 0-2, both looking for their first win. One will end up with it; the other will drop to last. It's exciting to see what happens here. Although both teams are 0-2, it should be noted that they're both all tied for fifth technically, because the Papillion La Vista team, also 0-2, they will play later today. They will join, I mean, it depends. They have to play the Post 22 Hard Hats. Likely the Hard Hats would win that, transitively looking at the games, but you never know. If that were, they would drop to 0-3 with whoever loses this one. But there are 3 0-3 teams in this tournament, 2 2-0 teams, and 2 1-0 teams. So being down 0-2 isn't like you're not alone at the bottom. I mean, that's what I'm saying, is that both of these teams have a chance to make a real movement in the standings here with this win, securing the 5th spot. And I don't know, Rocky Mountain's going to play that 1-0 Hard Hats team. So by the end of the night, guaranteed one of those two teams will have one loss. So there could be a 1-1 or a 1-2 or a 2-1, depending on that Papillion game happening, which would allow this team to tie up. Missoula did lose to the Rocky Mountain team, so they would be down 1-0 if the Hard Hats were to beat them later today, and they win this game. All in all, good. So leading off here for Missoula is Carter Taylor, the center fielder. Pops away a foul ball, strike one. Taken for a ball, 1-1. Popped up into shallow right. Handled well. So out number 1 recorded on the fly out to right. Coming up now is the designated hitter, Chris Compton. So taken for a ball. Pitching right now is Garrett Neiman for Premier West. Strike right over the middle, 1-1. It'll be wild, 2-1 now. Compton drives that one up the middle. It'll get through. So the first hit of the game here, recorded by Chris Compton, put a man on first to start things out. That brings up Sam Matosic, the third baseman. Strike one. Matosic fouls that one back, now down 0-2. Fouled away again, we remain 0-2. Popped up into foul territory, playable. The third baseman doesn't make the grab. Just over the fence out there. So we go back to 0-2 yet again. You have to take a ball here. Or strike for that matter. Just swinging at everything. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Oliver Fell. This is Hard Hats TV. Popped away. The at-bat continues. So now up to 5 pitches, all of them foul balls. Six fouls now in succession. They're going to come talk. Clearly, they can't get Matosic to miss the ball. But also, not throwing any balls or anything he can't hit. Well, they finally get the final one. That one looking, I believe. So out number 2 recorded.
Number 17, Firecracker.
So 2 outs now. Compton's still on first. Up comes the cleanup man, Jace Gary. Fouled off himself up the line. Come on back, Compton. So 0-1. A lot of foul balls going on. Not a lot of little kids to chase him either. I do see a bus pulling in. That might be... Never mind, the Hard Hats. That might be Papillion from their hotel. I see the Missoula Mavericks bus in the parking lot in left field. That one is flared up the line. Not going to land fair. It skips over the fence out there, maybe about 6-7 feet foul. Not particularly close, but I mean, it started fair and then it curled because that's just kind of what the ball does. So 0-2. By Carey, looking at an 0-2 now. Neiman able to force a lot of pitches. Or force a lot of strikes. That is, take it away. Compton takes off for second. Nobody's covering the bag. The shortstop says, I thought it was you. Second baseman says, no, it was you. So a stolen base successful for Compton. Now a man on second with 2 outs. Now a 1-2 count. Grounded into right. That'll be a single. Compton's rounding third. He's coming home. The throw home, not in time. Going for second is the runner. Mavericks are on the board. The single by Jace Carey brings home Chris Compton. And that'll do it. So the Mavericks now lead 1-0 here in the top of the first. Still 2 outs in the inning. First RBI of the tournament for Jace Carey, the cleanup man. Now up comes Henry Black. He's 1 for 6. Taken low. 2-2. Taken high and away, so full count now. Or wait, sorry, 3-0. I didn't reset the strikes. Or 2-0. I'm just losing it. Alright, 2-0. To Henry Black, playing right field today. Taken high and away. 3-0 count. Neiman on the verge of walking his first man. That stolen base by Compton, absolutely crucial in scoring that run earlier. High and away, 4-pitch walk issued. Good work to stay calm for Black. Now man on first and second, still 2 outs in the top of the first. Up comes Easton Reimers, the first baseman. He's 1 for 4 with a hit by pitch in this tournament. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away, though. No contact at all from the catcher or the umpire or the bat. So it's weird to see a swing and a miss where there is no sounds on it until it hits the backstop. So that's what happened there, though. A strike, and both runners advance. So 0-1. That one is lined into center. That's going to get through. So coming in to score is going to be 2 runs. Missoula all on 2 outs. They're up to 3-0. Everything going on 2 outs. And a single by Easton Reimers. 2 RBIs come home, or 2 runs come in. That's Henry Black and Jace Bycarry. And that is 3 consecutive batters to come around, or to get on base, and then 2 came around just now. So really, coming out the gate strong. Must have, learned from yesterday, went to sleep, got a good rest, came back the next day. This is their only game of the day. They're going to give it their all. And they're coming out of the gate swinging. So 0-1. Taken low, 1-1. Here to the shortstop, Luke Thorne. So, strike 2. Looking at a 1-2 now. Still 2 outs here in the top of the first. The 1-2 from Neiman. Delivered on the ground. Now heading to second is going to be the runner, Easton Reimers. So another man in scoring position, 2-2 count. This is how it worked for Jace Bycarry. Then he got a single to right and brought home Compton from second. So Thorne awaiting the 2-2. Might add this Premier team got seriously close to upsetting the nationally ranked North Carolina next level baseball team. 2-2. They're telling him to send it right back where it came from, hit it right back up the middle for Thorne. There's a lot of gap space in between the short and third baseman right now. Taken just a little bit off. Good eye. So full count. Yep. All right. Gonna come talk with Reimers. Having trouble here in the top of the first. And Rivers is pulled. His dugout welcomes him. That's not Reimers, that's Neiman. So Neiman goes 0, and he just goes 2/3 an inning. He earns 3 runs. At least so far, that man on second is credited to him, and he strikes out 1. Who's coming in now? This is the 6th pitcher of the day for Premier. And he's back out. Never mind, this is the same guy that did number 2. The man who took the loss in the last game. This is A.J. Mata. Mata has pitched an inning and a third. He earned, I believe he earned 2 runs. Let me check. Yeah, he earned 2 runs in that game over an inning and a third. He's pitched quite a bit already today in that previous game. The count is still full. It feels weird that you get such a gap before you get the payoff pitch, and they can sub in somebody to throw that pitch. I feel like in the middle of an at-bat, you shouldn't be able to sub. Like, you can't sub in a free throw player when they go to the line. So why can you sub in a pitcher for the final pitch of an at-bat? I don't know. I mean, these are just my opinions. Never played baseball. So, having trouble here in the top of the first is Premier West. They were looking really strong in that game against Next Level. They even were tied in the 5th inning against that nationally ranked squad. But now, full count here, they have allowed 3 runs in the top of the first and still aren't out the inning. All right, coming back out for the full count is Luke Thorne. Hello, Carissa. Full count. Take it inside. So the payoff pitch ended up being a walk. Man on first and second. Still 2 outs. That is 4 consecutive batters to reach base. A wild pitch might drive both of them over to scoring position too. That's what happened last time with a Black and Bicary. Now up, it's the second baseman, Boyce. He drives it. Get on one knee as the shortstop. Bouncer to first. Well snagged. Dug out. That's a good play from the first baseman, Dirienzo. And that'll end the inning. So in the top of the first, Missoula hops on top of this Premier pitching staff. They have 3 hits. They score 3 runs. All 3 of them earned. There were no errors from Premier West. And there was 2 people left on. So 3-0. Now here for Missoula, they lead. Coming out to pitch for them, the starter, Owen McGuinn. Did some research. Owen McGuinn is going to the University of Jamestown to play baseball. That's in the University of Jamestown, North Dakota, not the one in Virginia. University of Jamestown, North Dakota. He will play there. Let me see what level that is. They're the Jimmies. It's actually kind of a cool name. NAIA. All right. So he'll be at the NAIA level for next year.
Going to the plate will be the captain of the Missoula.
He is not the only man that is going to continue playing baseball. Luke Thorne is going to play baseball at the University, or sorry, not University, College of Idaho. Strike one is missing there, or is swinging. This is to the leadoff man, Toby Trujillo. He's 1 for 4. That one is popped into shallow center. Coming in as the center fielder. He jumps and makes the grab. Falling to the ground, diving for it. Great play there by the Missoula center fielder, Carter Taylor. How about that? Out number 1 recorded in dramatic fashion. So, up comes Dalton Berg. He's 2 for 6 in this tourney with a walk and a hit by pitch. That's a strike. So 0-1. One. Okay, 2-1 now. Three one. Berg is working the count. That's a strike, definitely over. So full count now, 3-2-1. McGuinn trying to deliver. Fouled off just barely. The swing gets a piece of it, so we keep on going. High and outside, so a walk is issued. Man reaches base. Dalton Berg takes his second walk of the tourney. That brings up Mateo Rosé. He's 0 for 5, but has reached base 3 times through other means, a walk and 2 hit by pitches. He has 1 RBI, no runs in this tourney so far. That is right up the middle, handled well by the second baseman. 1, now 2. So a double play recorded. Both outs are secured for the Mavericks. They leave the bottom of the first without a single run allowed, leading 3-0. So into the 4-6-3 double play. Rouse hits. Berg is out at second, and Rouse is out at first. So that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter Ryland Davis, who is playing left field today. He was playing catcher in the game against the Post 20, or sorry, not against Post 22. They'll play tomorrow against Next Level. No, Pueblo, right? Yeah, against Pueblo in Game 2 yesterday. He went 1 for 2 and got a single. Also reached on air. So, top of the second here now. Mata going to come back out. He was able to secure that final out. He did walk on the full count he was gifted with. He walked Thorne, but he did secure a ground out for the final out. So Rylan Davis will lead off the the top of the second.
At the plate, number 7, Rylan Davis.
First pitch, taken for a strike. It drops in the zone, 0-1. That is smacked into right. Will it get down fair? It's just foul by a matter of inches. That's a rough one. I mean, we're talking 4 or 5 inches foul, but clearly foul enough. So 0-2. Mata does not have a strikeout in this game. He got 2 in the last one. Quick pitch. He gets... He does not. It's taken, not a strike. Very, very close. So 1-2 now. Fouled off. So keep it 1-2. Here to Davis. You notice I'm saying quiet. I'm feeling hints of the first parts of losing my voice, and I've got 2 more Hard Hats games later today, so we're just talking like this. It's also calming, I bet. That one is skied into center. That'll be a single. So Davis starts out the inning for Missoula, putting a hit on the board. 4 hits in the first 2 innings so far here for Missoula. This is a big improvement over the over the other two games they played. That'll bring up the leadoff man, Carter Taylor. He's 0 for 6, looking for his first hit. Got a little bit of wind coming in from right at the moment. It's a beautiful, clear, calm day in Rapid City, South Dakota today and tonight. Hard Hats will play a doubleheader after this. Pitch. Taken off the plate, so 1-0. Pitch. Taken high, so 2-0. I'll keep that in mind. All right, full count. That's called strike on the edge of the zone. So it's a 3-2 full count now here to Carter Taylor. He flew out to center, or flew out to right his last time up. The first at bat of the game. He watches one right down the middle. Good pitch there. And the strikeout from Mata. Oh, it's 2-2. Umpires got it right. The scoreboard's way off. Fouled off, so it remains 2-2. All right, 2-2 count. It's grounded, nubbed over to the third baseman. Low hop, not going to be in time. Infield single for Carter Taylor. So back-to-back hits here for the Mavericks to start out the second. They're starting to look pretty good out here. against this team. They both played the next level baseball team yesterday, I believe. No, that was Papillion. Never mind. Neither of these teams have played the same teams yet. So men on first and second, no outs. And coming up now is Chris Compton. He started out the hitting in this game with a single up the middle. So 0-1. He smacks one hard into the right center field gap. It's handled. No, gets over the glove of the center fielder. Two more coming around. He's going to third. He's going to be told to hold up. A triple, two-run triple. The Mavericks now lead 5-0. Still nobody out here in the top of the second. All right, Sam Matosic. He is looking for his first hit in this tourney. He has 3 strikeouts. He got his last one in the first inning of this game. That one is skied into deep left. Going back for it is the left fielder. It is gone! A 2-run shot from Sam Matosic makes this game 7-0. Come on, Mavericks. This is a brand new team out here in Rapid City on Saturday. How about that? 7-0 in the first 2. Still nobody out. They hit a single, a triple, and a homer. They just can't be stopped. 7 hits, 7 runs for Missoula so far. This is a completely different team than we saw yesterday, losing twice. So base is empty for the cleanup man by Carey. Doubt he's complaining. Swing and a miss. So 1-2 now. Mata closing in on possibly the first out of the inning. And so there is strikeout number 1 for Mata. That'll be out number 1, finally recorded in the top of the second. So Henry Black now up. He got a walk on a full count last time. That'll hit him, put him on first. So effectively the same situation, but Easton Reimers comes up. He's got 1 man on, 1 out here in the top of the second. Hey, check back. Black's gonna stay. 0-1. That is hit hard into shallow right center. It'll get down. It'll stay. So 2 runners there. Back another hit there for Missoula in this inning. That brings their total up to 5. Bringing up Luke Thorne. Gotta watch out. This Premier team could chop back at some of those runs. You gotta keep your foot at the pedal. They did score 3 against the Hard Hats and 4 against the next level baseball team, both of which are undefeated at the moment. Foul tip, strike 2. That is hit hard into the right field gap. Coming around to score is going to be Henry Black. Everybody else will stay. Another hit. 6 hits to start out this inning. 1 out to 6 hits. And it's now an 8-0 game for Missoula. Premier West living a nightmare. Here comes Colin Boyce, believe it or not, the only man in this game not to get a hit now. At least on the Missoula side. They are missing a man on third. The bases are not loaded. There's 2 men on. 1-0. This is the most dominant start we've seen from any team in this tournament. Take it high. 2-0. You have to wonder if throwing 4 pitchers for Premier West at the beginning of this day in that attempt to beat the next level baseball team was in some way misguided and left them open to this kind of thing at the beginning of the next one. That's a strike. So 2-1. And it's hit right back up the middle. Shortstop able to handle it. Underhand throw in time. They'll get the second out. And so the fielder's choice made on the good play there by the shortstop, Kenji Bray, will get the second out.
At the plate will be number 1, Reimer Davis.
That advances Reimer over to third. Up for the second time this inning is the catcher Davis. Reimer heads over to home, so Mavericks make it 9-0 on the wild pitch. Man moves to second. That is Colin Boyce. Missoula just piling on runs against an exhausted Mata. 1-0. That's a good strike, finds the zone. So 0-1. Sorry, 1-1 because of the wild pitch. This is Rylan Davis's second at-bat of the inning. He started off this inning with a single, as did most of the team. So 1-1 Mata checking on the runner. A little afraid of Boyce. That's popped out of play, so we're at a 1-2 count now. That is teed off on into the gap in right center. It's going to go not to the wall, but that'll score one more. It's 10-0 Missoula. I guess it's time to start saying the mercy rule is 8 runs after 5 or 15 after 3. Two outs, man on first. Mata's still locating just fine. Reminder, this has been a 7-run inning. That has taken high, so 1-1. All right, so 2-1 now, ball taken. Two one, watched high. Umpire calling a good game so far. This is the leadoff man, Taylor. He got a single as well in this inning. 3-1. That'll be a walk. So the inning moves on. 2 more men reach base. Mata still in the game. Oh, here comes the manager. That'll move Davis over to second. 2 outs. I mean, this is a completely different Missoula offense than I saw the other day. I'll say that. That team was scored 2 runs over 13 innings. This one has scored 10 over less than 2. So that's kind of wild. Hey, whatever pep talk or meal they ate this morning or whatever they had that's doing this for them, it's working just well. That's going to get by. Both the runners advance. Wild pitch. It is swung on, so that'll be strike 1. Both the runners advance, though. Met on second and third in scoring position. Mata's going to be the weirdest thing. He's pitched like nearly 80 pitches in these 2 games today, but he's pitched like an inning and a half total. That's going to get caught, so that'll be the inning finally. The second baseman makes the grab. 2 men stranded, but I don't know, 7 score. I think it's okay. That's a little harsh, my bad. So we go into the bottom of the second now. Premier West gets a chance to respond. So to recap the bottom of the second for Missoula, or the top of the second for Missoula, 7 hits, 7 runs, all earned to Mata, no errors, 2 men left on base, making it a 10-0 game. Coming back out is Owen McGuinn. He's going to pitch his second inning of work. Got a substantial rest in between those 2. After this, it'll be a hard hat doubleheader. Okay, there we go. So, bottom of the second now ready. Swing and a miss on strike one for McGuinn. McGuinn pitched a 1-2-3, but allowed a walk in the last inning. A double play finished it up with a clean slate. That'll be a strike. So 0-2. That is going to be hit high into center. Going back on it is Taylor. He will not make the grab. It's going to bounce all the way to the wall. He'll bounce off of it. Going over to third now is the hitter. That is going to be Hutchison. So a triple gets the Premier West crowd going. That's the first hit of the tournament for Hutchison. He is now 1 for 8. But that's a good way to start off a rally. Premier West not going to go away quietly. So Noah Carrillo now up. He is 2 for 7 in this tourney. He'll be playing catcher today. He played left in the game 1 and then played catcher last night against Post 22. No, they do not get him. Very close, though, on the attempted pickoff. 1-0 to Noah Carrillo. In the ground, 2-0. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Good pitch from McGuinn. Carrillo reached for that one, came up empty. That's going to be fouled out of play. So 2-2. Hope you all are enjoying Hard Ad TV. Swing and a miss. That's the strikeout. So McGuinn gets his first K of the day. And Kenji Bray now up with a man on third. Kenji is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. He also earned the loss in the game against the Hard Hats last night. He drives that. Caught. So a liner over to the first baseman. That'll be quick. So 2 outs. The third man on third unable to move on either. That's the first line out I've seen to the first baseman in a very long time. Kind of just something you don't usually see. Usually see a pole line out or something like that. That's grounded over to short. Picked up, throw to first in time, and they strand the man at third. The Mavericks play some good defense, and McGuinn able to get out of it. Still a 10-0 game going into the top of the third. 15 runs after the third would be a mercy rule, so that would mean 5 more runs for Missoula in this inning. To recap that inning, though, 1 hit on the leadoff single, no runs, no earned runs, no errors, 1 man left on base to keep it 0-0. It's 10-0. Sam Matosic will lead off this inning for the Missoula Mavericks. So the Mavericks up big so far in game number 4, or 3. Doesn't feel like 3. Game number 3 of the day here in the Firecracker tournament. Still 2 more to go. Post 22 going to have their senior night here with this doubleheader. There are 6 seniors on our team: Willis Lemmer, Harry Good, Zeke Farley, Hayden Lighty. I want to say Dietrich and then Hollick. So that's going to be popped up. Out number 1. And it came a lot quicker than the last inning. So Jace Spicari now up. He is 1 for 2. He did strike out last inning, but he had a single with an RBI in the first. He fouls that one off, so 0-1. That is lined and caught. How about that? That was a hard hit ball, completely well handled by the first baseman, DiRienzo. And that was going to be out number 2. That brings up Henry Black. He reached on a walk and a hit by pitch. Still looking for the... Never mind, he got his first hit. That's right down the middle. Mata came back out with a little bit more moxie this inning. That's going to be the final out. So, 1, 2, 3 inning. That was quick work of Missoula that inning. We enter the bottom of the 3rd. Premier looking for their first run of the game. To recap that inning, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors, nobody left on base. Still 10-0. Nicely done, McKnight here. Getting set for the doubleheader that they will have at approximately 4:30.
Next level NC Rapid City.
All right. McGuinn going to come back out for his 3rd inning of work. He's not quite in line for the win yet. Has to pitch at least one more. One more inning, that is. That's a strike. It bounces out of the catcher's glove, hits the batter. He says, "I'm sorry." This is the first baseman, Tony DiRienzo. I believe this is his first game starting in the field. He's filling in for Brennan Gunter. who had a very good game last night for Post 22, but went silent in this game. That's a strike, hit the edge of the plate. Good pitch there. DiRienzo started out the last game. He pitched 2.2 innings, allowed 4 earned runs, and took and 1K. Did not take the loss. That went Amada for Premier West against Next Level Baseball in Game 1. That's off the plate, so full count now. McGuinn, the full count. Payoff pitch to DiRienzo. Here it is. Grounded hard over to third. Flag down from his knees. He throws. What a play! That's not Rousey. That's... Who is that? That is the third baseman, Sam Matosic. He gets on the ground, knocks it down from his knees. Great throw to first. And that is a good play. Out number 1 is recorded. Brock Lopez now up. That's a strike. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Way out in front of that one. Nearly hit the catcher on the follow-through. There's a walk. Lopez has 2 walks and is 0 for 1 overall. He does have 1K. He nubs that one into left. That'll drop for a single. He's being told to stay. So a single there for Brock Lopez. That is his first of the game. Or first of the tournament. And brings up the leadoff man, Toby Trujillo. He had a fly out to an incredible grab by the center fielder for Missoula earlier today. Oh, 0-1. Taken away, so 1-1. That is fouled, making it 1-2. Oh, there we go. There's something in the back of my mouth that when I removed it, my voice got a lot fuller and I didn't have to push as hard. I don't really know what it was. One weird trick can solve you. That was a foul ball, just barely. Otherwise, it would have been a dropped strike 3 and would have probably allowed him to reach base. One time, you don't want to get a foul ball on 2 strikes. So 1-2. It's going to be popped over to third, throw to second, off of the plate. That'll get into right. The right fielder going to throw to third. Not in time. So that'll be an error on the third baseman, Matosic, right after he made an incredible defensive play to start out the inning. And that'll allow the man, Trujillo, to reach. That's the first error of the day for Missoula. First error in this game, period. They are going to check in on the runner. That's Trujillo. But he will stay there. McGuinn trying to keep this shutout going. Taken off the plate in the other's batter's box. So 1-0. The 1-0. It's a little bit off the plate outside, so a 2-0 here to the lefty. This is Dalton Berg. He got a walk his last time up. Got to watch out, loading some balls for him. That is a strike, hits the edge of the plate, so 2-1. Everything coming on the outside edge. Dropped ball, nobody advances. So the swing and the miss will bring it to 2-2. 2-2. In the dirt, the catcher stopped it. He didn't know it was stopped, though. Looked around. That allowed enough time for Trujillo to head over to second. The payoff pitch to Berg. McGuinn delivers. Inside. So full count, or not full count, that's a loaded bases situation. Missoula suddenly allowing quite a bit of an issue here. Bases are loaded, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. They do have a substantial lead, but they don't want to let Premier back in this game by any means. So Berg takes his second walk of the game and brings up Mateo Rouse. Luckily for the Mavericks, Rouse was the man who grounded out into the 4-6-3 double play that ended the first inning, and that would be enough to keep everybody from coming home. McGuinn, the Jamestown Jimmy commit. That is going to be hit into the gap in left center. Never mind. It's caught by the center fielder. He throws to the cutoff man. They're not going to make a play. He is safe. He slips at the end there. That is the runner, Hutchison, or not Hutchison. This is Brock Lopez. And so a sac fly brings in the first run of the game for Premier West. It is now 10-1. The man at second, Trujillo, decided it was not worth it to go to third while the throw was coming home, so they only have one man in scoring position, and he's on third, and he's on second base. That's a common thing when the throw is made. You can usually sneak over as a man on second, but the cutoff man let it go, possibly because he saw that Trujillo was not taking off. Otherwise, he might have cut off, so 1-0. That is hit over the head of the shortstop. Coming around to score is Trujillo. That'll score 1. Headed for second is the runner. No, he's safe. So a hustle double there on the hit to right will score 1 and put 2 more in scoring position for Premier West. They're starting to build a little bit of a rally, an 8-run lead now here for the Mavericks. So now it's Daniel Berg over there on first. That is going to be plopped into left. It's going to land fair. Now both runners are going to score. They're going to make sure that he only stays at 1. A single brings home 2 more. Premier West makes it up to 4 runs in the bottom of the third. They're making a little bit of a comeback here. Who's to say it's impossible? In the dirt, it gets away. So running over to second will be Carrillo. Kenji Bray looking for his first hit of the tournament. He lined out to the man at first last time. Inside ball. 1-0. Or 1-1. Wait, that was a strike? That was a strike. 1-1 for McGuinn. It's going to be chopped over to third. Picked up. Matosic makes the out. So the inning ends. Premier West hangs 4 up on the scoreboard. It's suddenly a far closer 6-run game. This game might not be over after all. To recap the bottom of the third for Premier West got 2 hits. Wait, 3 hits. They scored 4 runs. 2 of those runs were earned. There was 1 error on the third baseman, Matosic, and there was 1 man left on base, making it 10-4. After a pretty good inning last time from Mata, he's going to come back out for his 3rd inning, or pretty much. He pitched the final out of the 1st. Maybe his 4th. Yeah, it's his 4th inning he's worked. Yeah, 4th inning of work. Though he's worked less than 3 innings in totality. He's pitched 2 1/3. Would have crossed 4 separate innings. Crazy Train, a staple of the Madden 11 soundtrack, all-timer. So, Easton Reimer's going to lead off the bottom or the top of the 4th for the Mavericks. They are out of position to make the mercy roll at this point. They would need to lead by 8 after 5. It's the 4th. They only lead by 6. They gotta watch out. They might just lose this thing. Mata throws it low, 1-1. That is popped foul, so it is 1-2 now.
Ladies and gentlemen, foul ball, Firecracker.
So 1-2. And it's going to be hit real hard and foul. So 1-2. Here for Reimers. Last time up, Reimers is 2 for 2 on the day with a pair of singles, 2 RBIs, and a run. Having a pretty good day all in all. Mata, the 1-2. That's going to be grounded over to short. It is misplayed, and he will reach first safely. It's also dropped by the first baseman, so an error on the shortstop will allow the man to reach. First error by Premier today. Kenji Bray overran that ball, I think. He went a little bit too towards the middle of the play, and his glove wasn't there. So, Luke Thorne now up. Mata steps off. Takes a few steps, actually. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. The 0-1. Fouled off. Nearly hits a bird. Doesn't. So 0-2. Man with that made a good Twitter clip. I would also make one of the families of birds out here very upset. So 0-2. That is grounded. Right back to the pitcher. Mata throws to second. Kenji Bray over to first. Double play there. Bases are emptied. Premier West makes up for that error and gets them both. So that is a 1-6-3 double play. You don't see that every day. Okay, well, up comes Colin Boyce now. Boyce still looking for his first hit of the tournament. He's the only man in this game for the Mavericks to not get a hit. He'll take one low, so 2-0 now. He reached on a ground out fielder's choice last time and came around to score. So he has 1 run in this game, and he had 1 last night. So he's at 2 runs total. That's low. So 3-0 now. Mata throwing 3 completely out of place balls. All right, so strike 1 is delivered. 3-1. He did that. Yeah. And then Zach Gowan did it a little bit ago. That's off the side of the little head flap on the side of the batter's helmet. So 1 man will reach base again. That is Colin Boyce. So once again, 1 man on, 2 outs. Ryland Davis now up. He's been up. In the second inning, he got 2 hits, brought 1 in, and was 1 himself. For run wise, that one is reached on and fouled. Out of play. 0-1. Pinnacle Bank has pulled up for theirs. That'll be the Pinnacle Bank Papillion Laverne or La Vista post 32 team. That is a strike. The catcher grabs it. That is Davis, I think. Oh wait, no. Who is it for the? That's Carrillo. He picks it up and then loses it on the grip attempt, trying to either fake or just actually make a throw to first. So 0-2 here to Davis. He's behind in the count. Mata has 2 strikeouts in this game. He delivers. Outside, ball 1. They check back at first. That one does not evade the fingers of the pitcher, Mata. Taken off the plate, 2-2. That goes down. It gets away. Carrillo running to the back. He's going to stay at just the 2, but was thinking about going to third on the wild pitch. So full count now here to Davis. He's able to work an 0-2 into a 3-2. And now has a man in scoring position if he so chooses to swing. All right, full count here. Mata Plenty of walks so far, plenty of hits allowed so far, 2 Ks. The pitch. Grounded and fielded not cleanly, but good enough. Over to Mata, they'll make the out. So that'll do it. The top of the 4th somehow goes scoreless. To recap that inning, there were no hits, no runs, no earned runs, 1 error on the shortstop Kenji Bray, and there was 1 man left aboard. So it is still 10-0. Premier trying to continue to chip away at that lead here in the bottom of the 4th. McGuinn comes out for his 4th inning of work. I see some Expos in attendance.
At the plate, number 5, Max Earl.
All right, so McGuinn fires a ball for the first pitch. Does another one low. Oh, whoops, I forgot to just do this part of it. Strike. That's foul. That is nubbed over to third, handled, throw to first in time. So that is going to be out number 1 of the bottom of the 4th.
The out will bring up number 17, Tony Barrenzo.
Tony DiRienzo is going to come up now. All right, so 1-1 now here to the batter, DiRienzo. Okay, so 2-2 here to DiRienzo. So he'll take a walk. DiRienzo reaches first now on the walk, full count walk.
Coming to the plate, number 18, Bravo.
Sorry for not doing balls and strikes there. I was updating the doubleheader thumbnail and rest of it for the Hard Hats game later. We're all good though. So 0-1 count here. That's inside 1-1. McGuinn is dealing to the left fielder Brock Lopez. Lopez got a single and was the first man to score in this game for Missoula. That was in the last inning. He reaches, pops it over to the pitcher, throw to second in time, and that'll do it. There is a slide, it gets in the way of the shortstop, but doesn't matter. That's out number 2. They get the lead runner. So man still on first. Brock Lopez reaches on a fielder's choice, and DiRienzo is out on a 1-6 put out. Also something you don't see every day. So man on first, comes up the leadoff man, Trujillo. He reached on an error last time. That's down. It's knocked away by the catcher. A lot of spiked balls here by McGuinn, making Jace Bycarry's job pretty hard behind the dish. So force out at second is gone. Man is on second in scoring position for the leadoff man, Trujillo. That's too high. Another drop ball there by Bycarry. I wonder if he's using his own glove, if it isn't broken in or something, but a lot of balls popping out of it at the moment. 2-0. Pitch. That's a little bit inside, so 3-0 now. McGuinn on the verge of walking Trujillo here. Pitch. That's over. So a walk is issued. 2 men on now with 2 outs. The Premier crowd clapping. 4-pitch walk puts a man on first and second. Still 2 outs here. But a chance for Premier to get even closer to this comeback. That's a strike. Hits the edge of the plate. Maybe a little bit generous. So 0-1. That being said, the umpire's done a good job all day. That is hit hard into right. It'll get down. Handled well by the right fielder. Thrown to the cutoff man, so nobody will score. But the bases are loaded on the single by Dalton Berg. Now for Premier West, up comes the 3-hole hitter Mateo Rouse. He had a sac fly last inning and grounded out into a double play to end the first. So bases are loaded, and up comes Mateo Rouse. He plays a very solid defensive third base. We'll see if he can do something good with his bat here. Surely he wouldn't be so high in the order if he was not able to do something with the bat he has. So 2-0. A walk brings in somebody too. McGuinn throws low. He's nearly going to, he might do a 4-pitch walk again, just like he did against Trujillo. That is it, a 4-pitch walk. Walks in one more runner. 5-run game now. The manager's gonna come out. I agree, it might be time for McGuinn. So, there you are. It's a 10-5 game. Coming in to score is Brock Lopez. So, bases still loaded, 2 outs. Just needs to get out of this thing. They're going to keep McGinn in. Inside ball. McGuinn having a lot of trouble locating the zone right now. He seems a little gassed. This game almost certainly out of mercy rule range at this point. Unless the Mavericks have another big inning in them. They would have to score at least 3 and then shut out and get out of this inning. So 2-1. Hey there. All right, outside. 3-1. Gwynn on the verge of walking in another run. It's grounded up the line and just foul. So full count. This is a nice setup. Yeah. All right, full count. McGuinn, 1 strike to the end of the inning, another to a run. That's a ball. He'll bring him in. So Premier West scores another. 10-0. No lead is sacred here in the Firecracker tournament. And out comes the manager. Yeah. That brought in Trujillo. McGuinn's leaving the game now. So after 3 2/3, McGuinn gets 3 earned runs at the very least. He strikes out 1. And he would be the pitcher of record. Actually, he has to pitch 4 to be the pitcher of record in a 7 inning. But if this is mercy ruled of some level, he would be able to earn the run without, or earn it all without that. So who's coming in now? Number 9. That is Finn Davis. So Finn Davis going to come in. His first time pitching here. He was the DH last night. Remember, this is Missoula's only game today. They already played 2 yesterday. So they're a little depleted on pitchers at the moment, but don't need to ration too scarcely. Especially when all of a sudden it's a 10-6 game. All of this happening on 2 outs. 2 outs to start off the inning. And then 5 straight men allowed aboard, 1 on a single, the others on walks. So, there we go. $10-0. That was the score after 2. It was looking like a 15-0 mercy rule was very much still in play. And now, I would argue that it's looking like Premier West might take this game. Still a 4-run lead, but it feels like Missoula is having a hard time getting out of their own way. And they just keep giving away runs here. Neither team seems to have much pitching depth at the moment because both of them are kind of depleted. The offense is carrying this game, both sides. Coming up now, the 5-hole hitter, Noah Carrillo. Carrillo is 1 for 2 with a 2-run single. A 2-run single would mean a lot here. In the bottom of the 4th, that's fouled. 0-1. If you're the Missoula coaches, it's got to feel bad. I'm a Chargers fan. I watched us blow a 27 to, or a 28 to, what was it, 28-3 lead to the Jaguars after the first half in the wild card game this year. But, so I kind of know what a insurmountable comeback loss feels like in terms of how it is. So it's a 1-2 now here to Carrillo. The 1-2. Delivered. Inside. 2-2 now. Just one strike away from the new pitcher, Finn Davis. Finn. Here he goes. Delivers. It's going to be hard hit right back up the middle into the gap. Coming around to score is going to be Bird. Now Rouse. Now coming in is Hutchison. That's 3 more runs all the way from 10 runs back. It's 10-9 in the bottom of the 4th. Wow! Premier West digs their way entirely out of the well by hand. And now that double clears the bases. Still 2 outs in the 4th. Premier West all the way back from 10-0 down to go to 10-9. Just had a feeling that once they got that, even at the end of that last inning, it was like, oh no, they might lose this thing. And we don't know, but the lead is definitely a lot less safe than it felt earlier. It's a 1-run game now. In a game where 1 run represents 5% of the total runs. So, 5-run score here in the bottom of the 4th. There's still a man in scoring position. Now up to bat is Kenji Bray. Castillo now up to 6 RBIs on the tourney. That one chopped, high hopper to third. He lays down, he's off the bag! That was a bad throw. That'll go down as an error by, I want to say, Matosic. And that'll allow the inning to continue. So the error on the third baseman allows them to reach base. Max Trujillo now up for the second time. He started out the inning with a ground out. There has not been an out recorded in the last 7 batters. A bunt shown, attempted, not put down successfully. So 0-1 count now to Trujillo. The 0-1. Davis delivers. That's sharply fouled. Right into the screen that's protecting the dugout. It's 0-2. We are 4 innings into this game. It is. And we've been an hour 43 into it. There's a good chance that Hard Hats game will get pushed back. Almost a certainty at this point. Taking off is the runner. They hit him. Bases are loaded yet again. Man. So Trujillo moves over, or Bray moves over to second. Trujillo gets hit by the pitch. And the relief pitcher not faring too much better. Tony DiRienzo with the chance to give the team from Arvada, Premier West, the lead after being down 10-0 through the first 2. 2-0. To do so, to come back in just 2 innings would be insane. And all of which has been on 2 outs pretty much the whole time this inning. Actually, every out, everything. The first run scored on 2 outs, and the rest of it still did. So, yeah, it's all on 2 outs. 3-0 count. Chance here to walk in the tying run. Throwing now to DiRienzo. That's a strike. Over the plate. 3-1. Davis needs to throw more of those. That being said, he got teed off on recently. That's also the edge of the plate. Good pitch there. So Davis locating now. Full count. Everybody can just start running. It doesn't matter. Full count, 2 outs. Delivered. Swing and a miss. So Davis prevents the go-ahead run from coming in. And that'll be the 3rd out, the end of the 4th. But 5 more runs score for Premier West, and they're knocking on the door of a 10-run comeback. Okay, so to recap the bottom of the 4th for Premier West, 2 hits, 5 runs. All 5 of them were earned. There was 1 error on the 3rd baseman, Matosic, and there was 3 men left aboard. 9-10. Now it's like, now that happened, I feel like, ooh, you kind of needed the lead there when you had all those runners. But you scored 5. You're coming back from an insurmountable thing, but now you look at it as a 1-run game, like a normal 1-run game, and all of a sudden it's like, you might have needed those runs. So, Mata coming out for his 5th inning of work. He's about to get the world's weirdest win if it happens. You come into a game down 3 with 3 earned runs to somebody else, he would earn 7, keep on pitching for 4 innings, and would earn the win, which would just be the weirdest win I've seen ever passed out. Umpire wants a little water. I feel him.
Can I get somebody bring that please down some water? At the plate, your leadoff hitter, Sue, starting for the Birds.
All right, Mata now pitching to the leadoff man for the Mavericks. This is Carter Taylor, the true leadoff man as well. Beautiful day here at Fitzgerald Stadium. That is grounded. The 3rd baseman misses the grab, not able to catch it off the bounce from Mateo Rouse. I was just praising his defense. That'll go down as an error on Rouse, and the man will reach first.
At the plate, number 16, Chris Compton.
So, and the runner reaches base. Up comes Chris Compton. They try to check back, and now going to second is going to be Taylor on the error by the pitcher. So back-to-back errors. And men over to second now. Before a pitch is thrown to Compton. Mata pitching a sloppy game, but it's working out just fine. He did do 2 shutout innings these last 2. And may become in line for the win at some point here. 1 out. Mata has faced so many batters. I don't know what his pitch count is, but it can't be anything less than 100. That gets away, and Carter heads to third. Wild pitch, 2-0. Somebody in the dugout for Missoula says, "Do that again." So Taylor reaches on an error, reaches second on an error, and reaches third on a wild pitch. 2-0. So 3-0. Mata might issue a walk here. That is a walk. No, a strike. On the very edge of the zone. There, Chris Compton. Ump does need water, though, so maybe he's just not seeing straight. Compton has a triple and a single so far, as well as a flyout. So he's 2 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs and 2 runs. Fouled off, full count now for Mata. Compton awaiting the full count pitch. The payoff comes on the ground. So a walk, and staying on second is Taylor, or staying on third is Taylor. This has been base runner central today, just generally speaking. Okay, Mata might be getting his day ending. All right, Mata finishes his day. So Mata goes from the first out, or the final out of the first, to the first out of the fifth. So he goes 3.1, or 3 1/3 inning pitched. He earns 7 runs, at least. That man on third is, actually that would be uncredited. The man on first is his. And he gets, how many Ks? Just the one. So 1 strikeout.
Taking the mound for Premier West, number 43, Mateo Rosie.
So Mateo Rouse now up on the mound. The third pitcher of this game and the 7th pitcher of the day overall. I have to see who's going to move in to that third base role. What kind of shuffling, because Mateo was the third baseman before this. Number 5. So we have a substitution. The designated hitter, Max Trujillo, is going to move into the third base slot. So there you go. He's playing third now. Mateo Rouse is going to set up for the at-bat against Sam Matosic. Matosic had a 2-run bomb back in the second and is 0 for 2 otherwise. So he's 1 for 3 with a 2-run dinger. That was over the left field fence. It was kind of a hard one and long, but it was a wall scraper. It only got over by about 2-3 feet, but it got over nonetheless. So empty count here to Matosic, still no outs. On the ground, 1-0. If I were to guess, Rouse is probably not a normal pitcher. This team is on its 7th pitcher of the day, and they threw quite a few last night, so I don't think they're normally pitcher. That is hit hard into right, along the line, fair, no. Just foul by a couple of inches, 1-1. Nearly went opposite field for a double/triple there. But now it's 1-1. 1-1. Rouse delivers. That's hit. Shallow center. Caught. And that'll be out number 1. So the pop up to the second baseman will be out number 1. There from Sam Matosic. It's the second time he has flown out to the second baseman, which is weird. Now up comes Jace Bycarry, the cleanup man, with some messy bases to work around. He is 1 for 3 in this game with an RBI single and a line out and a strikeout. That was, of course, back to Mata. That's in the dirt. Headed for second is the runner. He will be safe. Good play from the second baseman there for Premier. That is Toby Trujillo to fall to the ground, but still grab it, stretch out and reach and make sure that the ball doesn't go away. They're going to play a little bit in, expecting a bunt situation with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. There is no force out at anything but first base. But nonetheless, the manager called for a squeeze play defense. Rouse showing his grip loud and clear. One out. That is hit hard into center and caught. Coming home now will be. Oh wait, the ball gets away. They're gonna run home. He's out. So Missoula scores 1 on the sac fly. There's a lot to unpack there. Okay, sac fly from Bycarry brings home Carter Taylor. And then, after that, the ball is muffed by the center fielder when he's trying to pull it out of his glove. That is out number, and then while that's happening, Compton, all the way from first base, or all the way from second base, he's told to go home. He gets caught at the, with an 8-2 put out. And that ended the inning. So, Missoula, that's 1 more. Just cuz. So it's, it's 11-9 for the Mavericks. All right, that's gonna do that. So for the top of the 5th for Missoula, they score. They have no hits, no runs, or one run. It is unearned. There were 2 errors on the. There were 2 errors out there. One by the pitcher, one by the third baseman, Rouse, and then by the pitcher Mata. Even though Rouse would later become the pitcher. And then there is 1 man left, or 0 men left on base. It's 11-9. Premier West, from 10-0 down, they have rallied. This offense still producing, and we'll see how this works out as this game keeps on going. Yeah, so the Hard Hats doubleheader will almost certainly be delayed now. This has just been such a score fest. Okay. That's a ball off of the plate. I hope that umpire got water. This is Lopez coming up for the 3rd time in 3 innings. A strike right down Maine. 1-1. Lopez has a single and reached on a ground out fielder's choice. He has 2 runs. That is swatted at right over to first. So a little bit of a fly out to the first baseman will be out number 1. That doesn't guarantee you anything in this game. Both of the two 4 and 5 run innings here for the Premier have started with outs. So could there be a third? Who knows? In these big rally innings. So that's going to be a high, ball 1. Coach Torvey and the rest of the hard hats are watching. And it's low, 2-0. They will play Papillion. Post 32 after this. Fouled away. 2-1 for Finn Davis. That's a hit to the back. Couldn't get out of the way of that one. So Trujillo will take his base for the 3rd time today. And now the go-ahead run comes to the plate. Dalton Berg. The tying run comes to the plate with Dalton Berg. Berg has 2 walks and a single. He's reached base every time he's been on, or been up. He grounds it. High hopper to the second baseman. Underhand, they'll make 1 out. Throw to second, not in time to make the tag, but they do get Berg out at first. So the fielder's choice allows Trujillo to reach second. Now up comes Mateo Rose, the relief pitcher / 3rd baseman. It balls, but it doesn't get away. And by Carey able to get him. He digs it out of the dirt. I understand entirely why Premier West's Toby Trujillo would be excited to run. Almost all of those have gotten away today by Carey, but that one caught off the bounce and the throw to third easily in time to get the runner. So there we go. Officially a caught stealing. To recap that inning, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors, nobody left on base. 11 to 9 entering the top of the 6th. This is a absolute slugfest. The Mavericks once led 10-0 in this game, and there was a moment in there, and there still is a moment, where I think that Premier West was able to win. If you're checking in on this to make sure that we're going to be on time for game 1 of the Hard Hats Firecracker doubleheader, not going to happen. Not going to be on time. This thing's going to run till probably around 4:30 at the earliest, with 2 full innings to go. Which would mean about a 5 o'clock start. Coming back out again for his 2nd inning of work is Mateo Rose. He did a good job of pacifying in the 5th. He came in, forced a fly out to the second baseman, and then a fly out to center, which allowed 1 to score on the sac fly, but eventually got another 1 out. So Henry Black now up. He's reached base 2 out of 3 times on a walk and a hit by pitch. He hits that one very hard into center. Running back as the center fielder. That's going to get all the way to the wall. So now touching second, going for third is the runner, the cutoff man there. They're going to tell him to stay. So a stand-up triple to lead off the top of the 6th. That's what Missoula needed from Henry Black. Leadoff triples don't guarantee runs, though. Back in the 2nd, Premier West got a leadoff triple from Nate Hutchison, and they stranded him. But under most circumstances, absolutely, they mean runs. That's going to be high, 1-0. Taken inside, 2-0 now. That's a strike outside of the plate. That's going to be grounded through the gap. Never mind, gets to the shortstop, throw to first in time by Kenji. So they get out number 1. One more run does score, though. Missoula takes a 12-9 lead. RBI ground out to short. Scores Henry Black from third. So 1 out in the top of the 6th. That brings up Luke Thorne. Thorne has a walk, a single, and a double play hit. And it's a strike, hits the top edge of the corner, or top corner, and at the edge of the plate. We 0-1. Inside, 1-1. Jose doing his best to keep this tight. That's a swing and a miss. 1-2. Missoula definitely got to be disheartened that they nearly allowed that comeback, but if they can pull this out, they'd be 1-2, and they would still be happy to have gotten the win. A ugly win is better than no win at all. And it's popped up. Catcher wants it. Carrillo makes the grab. So out number 2. Recorded there. And now Colin Boyce is up. Boyce reached on a fielder's choice, a hit by pitch, and a ground, and he grounded into an out. So he is 1 for 3 on the day, 1 for 6 on the, 1 for 6 on the tourney. On the ground, 1-0. High, 2-0. Pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-1 now. Rouse gets the whiff. Or draws the whiff. Okay. The 2-1 is skied into right. In the foul territory, not going to be tracked down. So we go to 2-2. Right fielder got to throw the ball back. There it is. The order from the dugout is line drive right back up the middle here. So, there you go. 2-2. Can he fulfill it? Nope. It's a grounder over to third. Handled cleanly, throw to first in time. So Trujillo makes the out. And now the bottom of the sixth comes up. Mavericks score 1 in the top of the inning. They lead 12-9. To recap that inning, Mavericks get 1 hit. They score 1 run. That run was earned. No errors. Nobody left on base. Making it 12-9. Premier West in desperate need of some good stuff here. They got out caught stealing at third last time. And they will have the pitcher Rouse up to bat for his first time as a pitcher. And coming back out, nope, not Finn Davis. This is a different guy. Colin Boyce is moving from second to the mound. Moving to second is Chris Compton. So where does that put everybody else? Compton was the DH. Okay. So Compton takes on second. Then Rouse is out. Oh, wait, no, he just moves. Or not Rouse. Who was the guy who was in? Finn. Oh, Finn was DHing anyway, so it didn't matter. Okay. So now a pitcher is going to be number 5, Colin Boyce. So Finn Davis goes an inning and a third. He earns 1. How many runs did he earn? 1 run. How many Ks? 1. So there you go. That's going to be a strike. So there you go. So Boyce is now in. He's pitching to Rouse. That's why he was in my mind, because he was at bat. So 1-2 to Rouse. Rouse is 2 for 3 with a double, a triple, and a walk. Or sorry, never mind. That was Nate Hutchison. That one grounded into the gap. It'll get through. So a single for Rouse to start off this inning. A must-score inning here. Down 3 for the for Premier West. They would hate to start 0-3. They did. They were down 10. They already got 9. What was the point of all that if you're not going to finish it? So a single. Strike. Delivered by, yep. Strike on the top of the zone. Good pitch there. So 0-2. That's strike 3. A 3-pitch strikeout. Caught looking is Nate Hutchison. So out number 1. Noah Carrillo now up. He has 4 RBIs on the day and 1 man on. He struck out swinging earlier to McGuinn, and then he got a 2-run single back in the third and a 3-run double back in the fourth. He's up to 6 RBIs, putting him tied with John Gonzalez of the Next Level Baseball team for most RBIs in this tourney. 0-1. That's popped foul. Out of play. So again, behind in the count is Premier West. Carrillo did strike out swinging earlier today. And it's a possibility as he goes down 0-2 in this count. Take it high. They're going to check back at first. Rouse was too far off of the too far off of the bag. Had the first baseman been standing a little bit closer, maybe the tag would have been applied sooner and they would have got him. That's grounded up the middle, over to short, underhand, over to second, to first. In time, the splits there by the first baseman, Easton Reimers, able to do it. So a double play is made, and we go into the final inning of the game. Mavericks still lead 12-9. So, one more turn for each of these teams. We'll see if Rouse comes out. He's pitched pretty well. He allowed that one triple. Outside of that, he has not allowed a hit. All in all, pretty good. He'll be facing the 9, 1, and 2 in the order. Thank you all for tuning in. Your Hard Hats game will be postponed a little as this one ends. I would say probably a 5 o'clock start for that Hard Hat stream. I'm going to quickly update that so that people don't think I'm lying. Okay, I pushed it back. We're all good. This game has run pretty long, at least to this point. And the game before it with Premier was slightly over, so like 10 minutes was, the game started about 10 minutes late, so it's all been compiling. Missoula gonna get one more turn to extend that lead, and then they'll hand it over to Boyce or whoever else they put in as the closer to finish things off. When it was 10-0, I never would have thought they needed a closer. Ball gets out to center and gotta go trot it down is the premier center fielder, Nate Hutchison. Not a pretty game of pitching. A 20-hit affair between the two teams, 21 runs. But defensively, there's been 3 double plays, some really good defense, but 3 errors. All in all, a pretty good day on defense. Good pitch. So 0-1. Rylan Davis. He's 2 for 3 on the day. We had 2 singles back in the second. Both of them in the second. 1 for an RBI, 1 for a run. I see the Hard Hats are going to wear red today. Oh my gosh, so many red tops, white bottoms. Between next level, then this Premier West team. Are we at 2 strikes or 1 strike? 1 strike. First pitch fouled off by Davis. Rouse delivers off of the plate, so 1-1. 1-2. Off of the plate, 2-2. So there were 2 strikes. They lied. Alright. Rylan Davis grounded out to first. The only time he didn't get a single. Which also happened to be the only time outside of the when he batted in anything but the second inning. He just gets a piece of his back, and reaching first will be Rylan Davis to lead off this inning. Let me count up the hit by pitches on both of the teams. 1. Oh, there's only been 5. I thought there were like a lot more, to be honest. So there's only been 5 hit by pitches between the two teams. Whether the arrow points to their side of the thing means that they're batting or not, by the way. Carissa. So the arrow points to which team is batting. So you can usually tell. But it has been a lot of red and white and white and red and pretty crazy on the uniforms. 2-0. Both these teams searching for their first win of the tourney. A little bit of a mound visit there with Carrillo and Rouse. 2-0 to Taylor. The leadoff man. Grounds it right back up the middle, over to Kenji. Kenji flips it to the second baseman. Final out is made. Or not final out, but the second out is made. Double play yet again. So Kenji Gray over to Max Trujillo. Oh wait, no, that's just Toby Trujillo. And then over to Di Rienzo over at first. Coming up is Chris Compton. Compton is 2 for 3 in the game. He has a triple and a single, as well as a RBI walk with the bases loaded back in the 5th. So 1-1 here from Rouse. Rouse pitching all in all pretty well. I would say keeping the Premier West in this thing with his pitching, but I would have firmly said they were out of this thing when it was 10-0 after the second. So I think they've always been in it then. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 for Rouse. He gets a big whiff there from Chris Compton. Two. Popped up into shallow left. Coming in, the left fielder makes the... Does he? Yes! Making the grab. A great play by the left fielder there. That is Brock Lopez. A lot of good highlight plays here in this game between the Mavericks and Pueblo on defense, but also just a lot of hitting. So bottom of the 7th, down by 3. They trailed by 10 at one point. What's 3 more runs? All of their runs came across 2 innings in the 3rd and the 4th, and they've been shut out since. Coming back out for his 2nd inning of work is Connor Boyle. He will be tasked with getting the save here tonight. Far from home, Missoula, 716 miles away. That's as the crow flies. When you're driving, it's a little bit more. Leading off tonight for leading off in the bottom of the 7th will be Kenji Bray. Bray is 0 for 2 in this game. He reached on an error his last time up. He's had a really rough go at it today. We'll see if this is the moment where he comes up heroic. That being said, both of their rally runs started with, or every run scored, every one of those 9 runs scored for Premier West were scored on 1 or more outs. So, there you go. There wasn't ever a leadoff man in either of their rally innings. The only time they had a leadoff man was a triple back in the 2nd, which they somehow didn't capitalize on. That's a strike right down the middle, so 0-1. Premier West, you'd hate to come all the way back and then not finish the job, you know? Missoula would be happy, even if they really scared everybody, to have persevered and gotten the win. Both these teams 0-2, needing a win desperately. Fouled off. I know that this is the 14th inning of baseball and probably about 5th hour of baseball for Premier West today. They had the doubleheader. They lost 8-4 in a hard-fought match against the next level team. That's into shallow center. 3 people after it. The center fielder gets it. So Carter Taylor makes the grab, out number 1. 2 more outs here in this game, possibly. Kenji gets out, but like I said, not necessarily a death sentence. Both of their rally innings before that were 4 and 5 runs, which would be enough for the walk-off. Both started with a out. Now up, that's a strike right through the tire swing. This is Max Trujillo. He is 0 for 2, but does have a hit by pitch. So if he can hit again, that'd be nice. I'm just kidding. That was out of taste. Foul ball, so 0-2 now. Good pitching so far here from Colin Boyle. The 0-2. Right down the... Never mind. Apparently off the plate. Whoops, got ahead of myself. 1-2. Swing and a miss. There it is. Strikeout number 2 for Colin Boyle. And out number 2 of the inning. Mavericks about to be able to show that they went from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows to the highest of highs again. That is a low ball. That is a taken strike, 1-1. The win would go to Owen McGuinn. Who earned 7 runs. Oh wait, no, he earned 5 runs. That's a little less. 1-2. Our dad's starting to descend on the home dugout. And they're red and white. Off of the plate, 2-2. And by Carey's throw a little bit off. The second baseman, Trujillo, or shortstop. That's also Trujillo. No, it's Luke Thorne picks it up. Trujillo's on this team. I'm losing it. This is game number 3. Swing and a miss. That'll be it. So Missoula goes up 10-0. They allow a 9-run rally to make it 10-9. Then they put the brakes on and win 12-9. So in a crazy turn of events, the Missoula Mavericks do end up leaving this game with the victory. They are 1-2 now in 5th place in this tournament, and they will now. And Premier West loses both pretty close. The winning pitcher in this game is Garrett Neiman. Not Garrett Neiman. The losing pitcher is Garrett Neiman. The winning pitcher is Owen McGuinn. And the save goes to Colin Boyle. And as for everything, both teams combined for 20 hits and 21 runs in the highest scoring game by a mile in this tournament so far. Premier West, they dropped to 0-3, though they played three kind of hardy opponents, I'll be honest. Between the Hard Hats that are 1-0 and Next Level that's 2-0, and then now their one thing here. They lose both in their doubleheader, and they drop to 0-3. And so, yeah. There you go. Now, down comes the Hard Hats thing, and tomorrow, Premier West will play bright and early, 9 a.m. against Rocky Mountain, who will either be 2-0 or 1-1 at that point. And then for the Missoula Mavericks, they will play on firework night with all the firecrackers going off at the end of the night. You're not going to want to miss that. 7 p.m. on tomorrow night, Sunday night. So there you go. Thank you all for tuning in. That was a crazy game. I will be back in just a few minutes on that other stream for the Hard Hats Senior Night doubleheader here in Firecracker Tournament. Thank you all. See you.